Children, we started teaching three children their academics, and especially those children were with special needs.
Hmm.
And then today, the number is around 100 plus.
Oh my God. Okay.
So, organizations, institutes, and hotels
Okay.
where they are independently earning. So, I think that's the biggest achievement. Teaching them about shop, money.
Hmm.
So, we also have U-mart as one of the small shop where children get trained dealing with day-to-day life people. Then we have a stationery shop part. In fact, a very proud moment which would be coming up soon, where my kids are a part of the Amir Khan production upcoming movie Sitare Zameen Par.
भारत के लेटेस्ट सेंसस सर्वे के अकॉर्डिंग भारत के 7.62% of the population are with the children with disabilities. And as of 2021-22, there are only 3,811 schools for such children. आज हमारे लिए बहुत गर्व की बात है कि हमारे बीच ऐसे गेस्ट स्पीकर है जिन्होंने इन स्कूल्स में से एक स्कूल का निर्माण किया है. डॉक्टर मीर पारेख, द फाउंडर ऑफ ऊर्जा स्पेशल स्कूल, जो पिछले 10 साल से फ्रॉम इंडिविजुअल्स एज 3 to 58 को educate कर रहे, grow कर रहे for their better future. So let's hear from him. Welcome, sir. We are very grateful to have you as a guest speaker on this show. And to speak about Urja, you have been doing this for 10 years now. तो अब कैसे ऊर्जा पे हाउ डू यू डेवलप द स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ द पीपल और उनको कैसे हेल्प करते हो कि उनका इनर स्ट्रेंथ डिस्कवर करें, सिंस द चिल्ड्रन नीड स्पेशल ट्रीटमेंट एंड दे नीड सम स्पेशल काइंड ऑफ पेशेंस टू वर्क विद. सो हाउ डज थिंग गो अराउंड?
All right. So, firstly, I would like to thank Dreams on Wings for inviting me on the show. About Urja, so Urja basically started in 2012, and so it was basically started by me and my partner Pooja Parekh. So both of us started with three children. We started teaching three children their academics, and especially those children were with special needs.
Hmm.
And then today, the number is around 100 plus.
Oh my God. Okay.
So I would just briefly like to tell you about what we do in Urja. So Urja is basically an academic institute where children with special needs are given education. Also, just not education, but their other skills are also developed. So we are into diagnostic. So when the parent comes in, we diagnose the child's concern. Number two, what the child needs in terms of education, in terms of therapy, the parents are guided. In case if the child needs special schooling, so Urja has a wing which is called as Urja Special School. So
Okay.
children are enrolled there. Also, there are children who give government exams. So we in the school we run a section called as the NIOS, which is the open schooling. So
Okay.
children get an opportunity to take government exams. In case if kids are not equipped there, then we try putting them into different other courses like computers, vocational training, personalized gifting, teaching them about shop, money. So we also have U-mart as one of the small shop where children get trained dealing with day-to-day life people. Then we have a stationery shop for them where they learn how to Xerox, how to be in touch with the regular crowd. So that's how they interact. We also have a cafe where they deal with live customers. So that's how Urja is into so many things. And as far as coming to your question, how do we
discover the inner strength
of the child? So once the child comes in, so the child is just not under my or Pooja ma'am's observation, but the child is in the observation of 100 eyes. I mean, I have a huge team where the child gets into different sections. Each of the teacher or the trainer or the educator observes the child. And then accordingly, we do a lot of profiling work where the child is good at this, the child is not good at this. So depending on the abilities that the child displays, then we start training the child into his own strength. And that's how his skills and the strengths gets developed, to be very specific.
and then Urja has been doing so much to the kids, and I feel ये point पे अगर youth को भी involve करे तो it definitely brings a lot of changes. So what according to you when we see the statistics और क्या requirement है और क्या हमारे पास available है इन सब में, क्या लगता है आपको हम कैसे sensitize कर सकते हैं youth और general population को regarding this?
So when we started this, the intention was just to educate, but in the process what we realized is जब हम लोगों ने मार्ट शुरू किया, स्टेशनरी शॉप शुरू किया, तब जब उनके एज के बच्चे आते थे शॉप में, एंड व्हेन माय किड्स हैड टू शो देम सम प्रोडक्ट्स और गिव देम सम इंफॉर्मेशन अबाउट द शॉप प्रोडक्ट्स, तो वो लोग थोड़े शेल में चले जाते थे, उनको थोड़ी शर्म आती थी दैट वी आर नॉट एज केपेबल एज द अदर किड्स फ्रॉम द सोसाइटी. So then what we started doing is Urja school runs in a place where आजू बाजू बहुत सारे रेगुलर क्लासेस हैं.
Okay.
So हम लोगों ने ये क्लासेस के साथ टाई अप किया. We often हम लोग ने साल 2 साल बच्चों के साथ चिल्ड्रंस डे फ्रेंडशिप्स डे सेलिब्रेट किया. फिर हमारे जो बच्चे थे वो ऑर्डर लेने उनके क्लास में जाते हैं, कुछ कुछ बच्चे डिलीवर करने क्लास में जाते हैं.
Okay.
ये जो बच्चे हैं उनके साथ मेरे बच्चे अब फ्रेंड्स हो गए हैं. सो आई थिंक वी आर डे बाय डे गेटिंग ओल्ड, बट ये जो यूथ आ रहा है जहाँ पर हम लोग मैक्सिमम सिर्फ यहाँ नहीं, बट देन वी ऑल्सो हैव सो मेनी प्रोग्राम्स इन सम स्कूल्स जो रेगुलर स्कूल्स होते हैं, जैसे कि 2-3 स्कूल्स में हम लोग गए जहाँ पर हमारे बच्चों ने और जो रेगुलर बच्चे थे उन्होंने फ्रेंडशिप्स डे सेलिब्रेट किया. दे टुक एन ओथ टुगेदर दैट वी विल बी फ्रेंड्स फॉर एवर. सो ये चीज़ है जहाँ पर बच्चे कहीं ना कहीं सेंसिटाइज हो रहे हैं कि अच्छा हमारे साथ साथ ऐसे भी कुछ बच्चे हैं, एंड इंस्टेड ऑफ लाफिंग एट देम और मॉकिंग एट देम, इट इज ऑलवेज बेटर टू बी सेंसिटाइज एंड टू बी फ्रेंड्स विद देम. सो कल को मॉल में उनकी मस्ती मजाक ना उड़ा के दे कैन प्रोएक्टिवली गो एंड हेल्प देम. सो ये हर जगह पर वी ऑल्सो टेक चिल्ड्रन फॉर नवरात्रीज, फाल्गुनी पाठक हो या कोई भी ऐसे कोई सिंगर हो. My kids also got a chance to be a part of the national television show जहाँ पर डांस दीवाने हुआ, सुपर सिंगर हुआ. So again आज मेरे बच्चे वो माइंड सेट से है that we can go anywhere, we can go and talk anywhere, we are not afraid of anyone, so they've become that confident. मेरे ख्याल से ये एक्सपोजर के कारण उनके अंदर ये चेंज मैंने ग्रेजुअली डेवलप होते हुए देखा.
तो डेफिनेटली ऊर्जा का बहुत बड़ा रोल है उनको इतना कॉन्फिडेंट बनाने के लिए, एंड वो इतना लाइफ में इतना एक्सप्लोर कर रहे हैं, इतने उनको इतना एक्सपोजर मिल रहा है बिकॉज ऑफ ऊर्जा. सो व्हाट डू यू थिंक कि सोसाइटी में क्या चेंज आया है रिगार्डिंग दिस? मतलब पहले पीपल यूज टू थिंक कि अगर समवन हैज अ हियरिंग डिसेबिलिटी, आई विल टेक एन एग्जांपल ऑफ हियरिंग डिसेबिलिटी, तो वो लोग रुकते थे कि आगे जाके ठीक हो जाएगा, अभी ट्रीटमेंट नहीं करना है, शायद आगे जाके ठीक हो जाएगा, दे यूज टू वेट. बट आपको क्या लगता है, इज दिस प्रोसेस अ लिटिल डिफिकल्ट टुडे, या पीपल आर लुकिंग एट इन अ पॉजिटिव साइड कि अगर ठीक है नहीं है विल गो एंड कंसल्ट? बिकॉज कभी कभी इन द इवन टुडे कहाँ पे ये माइंडसेट है कि कंसल्ट करना इट लुक्स लाइक अ टैबू, की इसके बारे में बात करें, दिस इज अ थिंग. तो हाउ हैव यू विटनेस दिस चेंज?
सो आई थिंक व्हेन वी स्टार्टेड, उससे अगर आज हम देखते हैं अराउंड 10 to 14 years के स्पैन में, so there has been a little change with regards to the acceptance, a little I would say. But अभी भी लोगों के अंदर, अभी भी पेरेंट्स के अंदर जो हमारे पास फर्स्ट टाइम आते हैं, there is still a hope, there is still a mindset. So पहला mindset है denial, कि हमारे बच्चे को तो कुछ प्रॉब्लम ही नहीं है. Still today, although they have been to their doctors, pediatricians, उन्होंने भेजा है कि आप ये स्पेशलिस्ट को जाके मिलो, but there is still a denial one. नंबर 2, हमने ये देखा है कि ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम ये एक्सेप्टेंस आता है, एंड सो स्टिल वी आर इन अ सोसाइटी वेयर द वेट एंड वॉच अप्रोच स्टिल प्रिवेल्स. हो जाएगा ठीक. So they run to so many people, there are so many quacks in the market who take so much of money from them. But end of the day, respecting the parents' emotions, वो लोग हर जगह जाएंगे और हर जगह देखेंगे शायद मेरा बच्चा यहाँ ठीक हो जाए, बट इवेंचुअली व्हेन दे सी दैट क्रोनोलॉजिकली बच्चा बढ़ रहा है लेकिन उसका माइंड ग्रोथ नहीं हो रहा है, देन समवेयर दे इट गिव्स देम एन एक्सेप्टेंस, बट दैट एक्सेप्टेंस कम्स मच लेटर. तो
वो शायद जबरदस्ती करना पड़ रहा है, वो खुद से वो शायद नहीं कर पा रहे कि लाइक No, they are not embracing it, but वो करना पड़ रहा है.
You rightly said, they don't embrace, they bend down with time.
Are there any particular stories or breakthroughs with the students that have stayed with you over the years?
So I would talk about two children especially. One, I wouldn't, of course, wouldn't be comfortable naming them, but both the girls. So one who came to us when she was in grade one, she was in a regular school. So I could also see change in both their parents today, because it's been so many years, I would say 12 plus, where they are with us. And in the process, the parents have got into a lot of acceptance. So she came in grade one. The parents had their own apprehensions of हमारा बच्चा नॉर्मल स्कूल में जाना चाहिए, कंटिन्यू करना चाहिए कि स्पेशल स्कूल में. But I think with that trust they developed over these years, the child managed to, with good marks and independently managed to pass the entire NIOS board, which is 10th standard and 12th standard. So she studied the NIOS syllabus A, B, C, 10th and 12th syllabus. Now, so one of the streaks of Urja is Utsaha, which is a vocational center for individuals with special needs. So now she has got into vocational, where she is learning about money management, shop management, office management, and much more, computers. So now she's getting equipped that she will start working outside Urja and start being more independent. So I think that's one of the greatest success stories that I would like to share. And apart from that, a couple of other individuals who joined us for a brief period of time, but had good skills and expertise, gathered good expertise, and now are working with different organizations, institutes, and hotels, where they are independently earning. So I think that's the biggest achievement we feel.
It feels so proud when you see the students you have trained and reaching such great heights.
Correct. Too contented.
So what are the other, I mean, it feels just so exciting to hear all. What are the other achievements of Urja?
So very proud to say that, as I mentioned earlier, so we've been aired on the national television twice or thrice, where my students, along with under Pooja ma'am's guidance, they had attended the Dance Divane dance show, I think twice. Then Super Singer or some show, which
Superstar Singer, yes.
Correct.
Right.
So there also my students were a part. In fact, a very proud moment which would be coming up soon, where my kids are a part of the Amir Khan production upcoming movie Sitare Zameen Par, which is an extension of Tare Zameen Par, where around 40 kids of mine will be coming up in a movie. So I think this is a real great achievement, where my kids and of course the institution would just be now visible on the national television or maybe internationally. Yeah.
It feels so proud. Even the kids would be so happy to be a part of Urja.
They are
and
excited.
Their excitement, right? Their excitement to be working with such big stars and coming with the TV, watching themselves, acting with the other big actors. And for them, parents, I think they would think it was the best decision to join Urja.
Moreover, I think apart from this, the other skills that they develop, because on the sets when they were there, so they had to shoot for longer hours. So in school we saw them very impatient, but there they sat for long hours. They they traveled with public transport under a lot of heat and sun and whatever situations they were sitting. So and their turn also took time to come, so that patience developed. So I think they when they go out, when they face camera, when they face such a huge crowd, they learn so many things simultaneously. So not just coming up on the television, but otherwise learning micro level skills also it matters a lot.
So you have yourself authored 4 books on parenting, and you really believe, so you have a research in deep on parenting. So how do you really believe on parenting plays a key role over here? Because again, it's a concept related to a parent-child relationship on the first place, and then the holistic.
Absolutely. So I feel that apart from, of course, parenting is extremely vital. But even though if you are a good parent, but what the ecosystem has to offer you objectively also matters. So being very specific about what you asked me about parenting, uh, so it is what you do, your kids are just going to copy the same, is
Right.
I as a parent also feel today. And of course, for children with special needs, the parenting is a little more challenging because the kind of problems and the troubles that these children go through. So the parent has to be rock solid, 24 by 7, 365 days, I would say, where their loss of motivation would directly affect the child's motivation. So I think it's primarily extremely important.
And I think along with the patience that it needs to be, it's the patience that it needs to be taken care of with children, because you have to be very patient. You cannot shout on them.
Correct.
Because your reaction might affect them negatively.
No, so what I have understood over these years that parenting a child with special needs also, so I wouldn't say that they need to be catered differently. Of course, their good behavior should be encouraged, wrong behavior should be discouraged the way we do it for other regular children. But somewhere that parent has more challenges. That parent has a little, I would say, a pessimistic approach towards the future because they don't know that, to what extent the child is going to go ahead.
Right, right.
So somewhere getting the right person in hand and giving that person the child's training or future is something that the parents needs to think 10 times and then take up steps.
All right. So it's a very big role that the parent plays in
Yes,
life.
and mainly having their own mental balance, their emotional balance.
Right.
Because every now and then, even for example, if a regular child is jumping, so the parent would feel कि okay, वो तो सब करते हैं. But for them to jump, so recently I encountered a parent. The parent met me and she said that, sir, हमको आपके स्कूल में अभी 6 months हुए हैं, and one thing that my child learned and we are very happy. The entire family talks about it. I said, what is that? So she said, after coming here, my child has started jumping.
Okay.
And that actually made me so emotional and contented simultaneously because I said कि एक छोटा सा jumping भी अगर किसी को खुशी देता है, so if the child is progressing otherwise, so I'm sure the parent is going to be so contented.
Definitely. And normal parents जैसे दूसरे के kids को देखते तो they feel वो कर रहा है तू भी कर, you should also learn. इनके लिए they have to be very strong, and अगर उनको लगता है कि अगर उनका भी kid ये कर रहा है तो definitely it's a very big achievement.
Right. So ये parents को simultaneously counseling देना बहुत जरूरी है because somewhere the earlier they accept, the better is the prognosis or the better is the treatment well planned for the child. क्योंकि जब तक वो बोलेंगे वो कर रहा है तो ये क्यों नहीं कर रही है, so it's difficult because वो normal child है, ये child की नीड थोड़ी special है, तो उसको थोड़ा ज़्यादा training देना पड़ेगा.
Right. And U-stationary. So how can the society contribute towards this institution so that indirectly in ये kids को भी एक support मिले, एक motivation मिले, and even they are happy that yes, we are living with such good people around us who are supporting us.
So I would say multiple ways where if I talk about the youth, so college graduates or I mean the college interns come down to help children. So they spend time with them, they take up projects with them, they proactively teach them. So I think the youth, what the youth are doing, somewhere I think also the adults needs to come forward because I would just give you an example here. When we started with U-mart, so people actually so it's the supposedly the India's first shop opened for children with special needs.
Okay.
So people did not believe it much. So Pooja ma'am and myself, we got a lot of calls, a lot of inquiries that whether this is a real thing or not. So there were so many inquiries in the beginning. People actually came to the shop to see what's happening here.
Okay.
There was a lot of, so it was actually a bubble where there was so much of media coverage. We were aired in so many channels and newspapers, etc., etc. So we were very hopeful that this has covered a lot of places and areas. The entire objective of starting this was my children or my individuals get a kind of a support where the shop is open, the customers walk in, the customers gets an opportunity or my children gets an opportunity to meet them. They interact, they shop, they learn money management, they learn that salesmanship.
Okay.
But that bubble did not last long because people just came to see it because they saw it somewhere, read it somewhere. and we were hoping that it has to continue.
Right.
The customers be there with in U-mart for a long time, but that did not. And the ones who visited either came out of curiosity, came out to check, or came with a lot of sympathy, which we
Okay.
somewhere did not like,
Really
because
not
I think
okay.
it's not about sympathy, it's about an empathy where if I have an extra finger here or no little finger here,
Right.
then somewhere I have to accept my body that that's how it is. Likewise, if the society accepts them, but somewhere, so coming back to your question, so somewhere if the people come here, contribute more in terms of giving time, in terms of shopping in the shop, we contact so many normal schools for that matter that आप हमें काम दो, हमारे बच्चे जेरोक्स करेंगे, we will give
Right.
you door to door service free of cost. But we see very less people proactive in the process. The only thing is they need to be a little more patient, because
Right.
kids will take some time
Time
to
do the thing.
do xeroxing, to staple things and all, to make bunches and all. But and at the end of the day, it happens.
Right.
But वो कहीं ना कहीं नहीं हो रहा है. So if the society contributes this way, it would be really great.
So we would definitely urge the audience to visit the stores, and if it's nearby you should definitely be a regular customer, I would say. So it will definitely support a lot of people.
In fact, we keep on holding a lot of programs around to sensitize people.
Right.
वो थोड़े दिन आया, हो गया, उसके बाद जैसा था वैसा.
So there has to be an active response from the people.
Correct. A feeling of responsibility कि नहीं, मुझे जाना है somewhere, I am accountable or maybe responsible as a citizen to go there and to help children.
On the contrary,
and it's very easy where you go with them, oh I love you, and then they take selfies, then they post it on,
and then it's all just,
and then you say, oh my god, you're doing such a noble job, where
Right.
but then those customers are not
it's
seen
all
ever.
gone, right? On the contrary, I would say that people should be very excited and proud to go, not just someone has said chalo jaake aate nahi, they should be excited. ऐसा अंदर से people should feel कि let's go,
Correct.
let's support, even we will spend some time with them and they'll have a wonderful day. You never know how can our actions make their day wonderful.
And it's not like, for example, a packet of biscuit which is costing 20 rupees in one shop, it is costing the same in this shop.
Right.
And we were also encouraging for people to give some orders. For example, if they, so Urja Mart sells all the FMCGs. So we were wanting that अगर हमें properly order मिले तो ये बच्चे जाए home delivery करे, वहाँ पर the person there. So we don't want cash, तो हमारे बच्चे को हम वहाँ पे जी पे ऐसा कुछ सिखाए. So that's how it's so simultaneously वो बच्चा बहुत सारी चीजें learn कर सके. But वो सब unfortunately नहीं हो रहा है.
Definitely we wish that it happens, और जिसका main objective हो
वो properly meet हो.
Right. So as you said, you provide a lot of training. So how do you see future में, मतलब what kind of training do you provide them for their future job or corporate aspects?
So to name a few, we aggressively train them on money management, then shop management, office management, computers, pre-cooking skills. We've also started a proper cooking program for them, which is government registered, computer program which is government registered. So somewhere after learning this, if the child or the parent doesn't want to continue in Urja and want to have their own small setup in terms of opening some catering work or doing something in baking,
Right.
so we make that child independent that way. So recently I got a call yesterday only, the father called me up that after joining your institute, at least now when we are sending our son to take some products, my child is at least able to get the right amount of money.
Okay, that's wonderful.
So at least that gives us a satisfaction that kids are learning here. And also we run this special course on personalized gifting, which is again headed under Pooja ma'am and the team, where we teach them how to make keychains, pens, t-shirts, caps, mugs, all personalized things, which is so much in these days.
Right.
And so we also run this Me and Mama, which is a program for the mother and the adolescent children, adolescents, where instead of spending a lot of time on mobile or TV, they can actually sit and make a lot of handicraft products.
Okay.
Right now, these two things, personalized gifting and these handicraft products, are actually showcased during all the festives. in Infinity Mall or multiple malls across
Right.
Mumbai, there are companies who calls us in their CSR project.
Yeah, right. Corporate social responsibility.
Yeah. And so we display there. So somewhere my kids also get an opportunity to meet people to sell. So that's how their confidence develops.
Increases.
And a lot of parents who have joined the team. So it's called as the PHP, Parent Help Parents Team,
Okay.
where they also help each other. So somewhere their anxieties, their apprehensions are at the bay. So that's how, through multiple ways, we are trying to create job opportunities for them. Even I would say that my kids got an opportunity um, to work in the Times of India section where they had to some stack papers or something. Some of them also went for interviews to Decathlon.
Right.
Also, some shops where they had to do marketing for the electric bikes and all. So we try to give them as many as possibilities and opportunities. Then it all depends on how they perform there.
Taking it right. My last question to you for this show. When we come to know कि when students join तो काफी मतलब वो उनके खुद के problems और उनके खुद के fears के साथ आते हैं. But when you see Urja is providing with such great heights and such good opportunities, and when you see from day one और आज वो kid कहाँ पे, तो how does it feel कि you see that a complete new person in them?
So honestly, we don't spot those changes because we be with them every day.
Right.
But of course, when we see that this child is performing so well outside, so when we are attending a program or when we take them out or when some others come and say, oh ये मैं तो इसको इतने से थे तब से देख रहा हूँ, and now this boy has become so big, he's become so independent. So there, Pooja ma'am and myself, both we look at each other and then we say, oh yes, I mean we are trying, and somewhere we have made a little difference in people's life. So I believe whatever money and all is always a secondary in this job, but the blessings that you gather gives us a lot of satisfaction.
Absolutely.
Because you see a complete transformation of an individual.
So your contribution to the society is indeed very precious, because as we had the statistics in the beginning that the number of children with special abilities and the number of schools that we have is a very alarming thing, and we need them because even they are an important part of our population and even they can contribute so much, as you said. So hats off to again to your Urja special.
No, so it's a teamwork.
But again, sir, there is a leadership, there is a direction which you are giving.
Yeah. So trying our best.
Thank you so much, sir, for being a part of this.
Thank you so much.
And we wish all the best to the Urja Special School, U-mart, U-stationary, and we hope that the audience will definitely visit them and be their regular customers.
Looking forward.
Thank you so much, sir, for your precious time and for the valuable insights that audience have received.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you.